Again.
Back for more, I see.
Yeah.
Wonderful, great. And
Hello, teacher.
Albert, welcome back.
Thank you.
Great. Hope you both got a chance to stand up and stretch. We've got lots more modals to do. All right, so we do have, oh, wonderful. Andre Luis, hello.
Hello, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine. You?
I'm fine, thank you. All right, so we will get started right away. We might have a few more people joining us, maybe not, but we'll start right away. This is part 2 of some grammar work on past tense modals. So we're going to continue. We'll do a brief review of the modals themselves since Andre is joining us. And then we'll continue with some exercises. And then we'll, towards the end, we'll really focus in on the advisability, should have and shouldn't have. So that's the plan for this hour. And let's see, one more thing. Let me get you the link to the chat. The link to the worksheets, I will put those in the chat. Has kind of a nice chart for modals, useful for studying. All right, so let's get to it. Here we are. And just to review the grammar, hopefully Halbert and Mateusz will help me out. I don't want to talk too much. But so one of the modals we'll look at is for necessity in the past. So necessity or requirement or obligation. Here are some examples. The modal is had to plus the base verb. So let's see. Mateusz, will you read the examples of necessity?
Okay.
Great.
John had to cook dinner for the family. Jasmine had to watch her baby brother last evening. Mahmoud had to take his car to the mechanic. Barbara has to buy a pair of hiking boots for the hike.
Very nice, very nice. So you can see in every sentence the modal stays the same, had to, and there's the base verb following it. Very nice. So that's for necessity in the past. Second area is for ability in the past, and you can use could or was able to plus the base verb. So Halberth, will you read the examples for ability?
Okay. When I was 9, she could paint beautiful pictures. Victor could read when he was 4. Gertrude is able to get 2 tickets for the concert. Carla was able to get a job at new store on Main Street.
Great, thank you very much. Good, so let's just notice that was able to is also synonymous with succeeded in. So it means succeeded in, and it is used for specific occasions. So one specific occasion. So for example, Carla was able to get a job. That happens once. So remember that, was able to means succeeded in doing something. Great. Then we have modals for repeated actions in the past. These modals are used to or would plus the base verb. And back to Mateusz, will you read the examples?
When I was 8, I used to ride my bike home from school with my friends. We would ride 3 miles in about 20 minutes. I used to stop at my friend's Jack's house on the way. His mother would bake cookies or cakes every afternoon, so I used to have a snack with them before I continued on my way home. Those cookies would taste so good.
Great, very nice. Good. So these are things that were habitual or repeated in the past. Great. Just a pronunciation note again. Used to, when pronounced quickly, sounds like used to. I used to stop at my friend Jake's house. I used to ride my bike. Good. Then we have probably the most confusing part. This is advisability in the past. And I'm just going to read this again. Although advice given after the fact is not particularly useful, it surely makes the advisor feel smart. If you had a choice between a fast food restaurant and a diner, and you chose the fast food place, but then you got sick, your friend can confidently advise you, you should have eaten in the diner. All you can do is nod your head. You know that your friend is right. However, this knowledge does not change the situation. Okay. And should have is followed by the past participle. Okay, so this is to talk about things in the past and talk about how they weren't. If that makes sense. Helberth, will you read the examples?
Okay. Lisa should have taken Spanish instead of German. About should have gone to Montreal on vacation. Tian should have gone to the Midland dinner. George should have finished his paper yesterday.
Nice. Great. Good. So those are examples. Just remember, with a sentence like this, George should have finished his paper yesterday. George did not finish his paper. Just remember what's real or what's actual. Sorry, just a reminder, please keep your mic on mute when you are not speaking. It improves the sound quality for everyone. All right, so one more area, and that is possibility, probability, and certainty in the past. We use may have, could have, or might have, plus the past participle, to talk about possibility or probability. And to talk about certainty, we use must have, plus the past participle. Okay, so let's have Mateusz, will you read the examples?
He may have gone to the library, or he could have gone to the cafeteria, or he might have gone to the bathroom. However, if one of the students saw Jack take his bag and his coat and heard him complain of bad head touch, he couldn't say. He was sick. He must have gone home.
Great, great. So this is must have is for certainty, when you're taking a guess about something and you're 90% certain. Great, so that's just a quick review again of the modals we're looking at. So let's head to it. We're going to go to the next exercise. It's a fill in the blank, again, multiple choice. All of these next ones will be. So when it's your turn, read the sentence and fill in the blank with, whoa, what happened? There we go. And fill in the blank with the best answer. And let's just have, let's see, Helberth, will you start number 1?
Let's go. Martha supposed to be here an hour ago. I don't know why she's late.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hang on a second. What's going on here? All right, so they're bringing up a modal that we didn't address at all. That's not anywhere in our explanation. And I'm not sure how to bring it up. So we have here, they're bringing in supposed to. This is a modal that we use to talk about, it's kind of like should. Should have been and was supposed to be mean the same. This is tacky. I'm not sure why they did that here, but this one will be Marta was supposed to be here.
Strange.
Yeah, this is a strange one. I wish they hadn't thrown that in. It is a modal expression in the same way that that used to be or was able to is a modal. Was supposed to just means meant to or should have been. So if we say Marta was supposed to be here 1 hour ago, we know that she is not here. She was supposed to be, she was meant to be. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, it's hard to explain.
Difficult, but makes sense.
Okay, so this modal here is the modal supposed to. So we'll just, hopefully it won't come up too much, but we'll just go with it. If you have questions, just ask. Great, so thank you, Helbert. Andre Luis, your turn, number 2.
The lecture was supposed to be this morning, but I guess they canceled it.
Great, wonderful. Correct. One thing about supposed, you'll see this because in spoken English, it sounds like supposed to. Marta, yeah, the lecture was supposed to be this morning, but I guess they canceled it. So it sounds like this, but it's spelled like this. It is the past participle of suppose. So was supposed to be.
It is correct to write supposta?
No, so do not ever write this. You can say this when you're speaking, say it this way, but write it this way. Great, good work. Andre, thank you. Mateusz, back to you, number 3.
Was that elderly woman Hank's grandmother? It couldn't have been. Hank's grandmother died last month.
Perfect. Yep, so impossibility there. Great. Halbert, 4.
Was the couch comfortable last night? It was all right, but
This is that would rather. Good, yeah, but I would
rather sleep.
Yep, would rather, and this is going to be would rather have slept for the past. Yeah, so this one will be for the, oops, this one is, sorry, let's see, it's not letting me highlight. Why that keeps happening. Okay, so this one, This one would be for the present tense. Like right now, I would rather sleep on the bed, but in the past, it's would rather have slept. Good. So number 5, let's see, Helbert, number 5.
When I worked in the Cuban restaurant, would have eaten a sandwich Cubano every day.
Would have eaten?
A sandwich.
Okay, let me see. This is a confusing one. Let me see. We do need would here. Let's see. So I'm going to put up a sentence. If I had worked in a Cuban restaurant, I would have eaten a Cuban sandwich every day. So in this sentence we would use would have. This is the third conditional. So we're talking about an unreal situation in the past, and then we use would have. But in this sentence, it's real. So I did work in a Cuban restaurant. And when I did, I past habitual or past repeated action. It's would eat. So remember, yeah, and let me just point it out on the chart. That's for repeated actions in the past. When something happened in the past and it was repeated often, or it was a regular thing in the past. So when I was a child, I would go to sleep at 9 p.m. every day. Kind of a continuous, past continuous, would.
Understand.
Great, excellent. And so, Andre, your turn, number 6.
Where is the rest of the pizza? I don't know. Carlos should have eaten it. Ladrei?
I'm sorry, your mic was cutting out. Can you say it again?
Where is the rest of the pizza? I don't know. Carlos should have eaten it.
Okay. Good. This is the should. Should is especially confusing. So if I say Carlos should have eaten it, that means Carlos was supposed to have eaten it. Or it was for Carlos. And I wanted Carlos to eat it. But in this case, it's about possibility. So I don't know who ate it, but maybe it was Carlos. So we need a modal of possibility. So it's going to be one of these 3. Modal of possibility. May have, might have, or could have. Okay. So Which is it? Is it may have, might have, or? Andre, are you still there?
Sorry?
Sorry, so it's not should have eaten. It's a modal of possibility.
Could have eaten.
Yeah, could have eaten. Yep. So when it's a possibility, it's may have, might have, or could have. Good. Mateusz, number 7.
Christopher's ex-wife used to always say, "I should never have married you."
Good. Yep, so should have is often when we talk about regrets. Things we regret or things we wish we could change in the past. Great. Albert, number 8.
Too bad that Maria hit the company. If she had stayed, she might have been a manager now.
Great, yep, excellent. So possibility. Good, Andre, number 9.
When I lived in China, I should not drink Jamie's tea every day.
Okay, remember, should is for advice. So to talk about bad or if things are good or bad. So should doesn't make sense here. This is talking about a habitual or repeated action in the past. So let's go back. So repeated things in the past. You can use used to or would. Okay, so
Would drink.
the options. Sorry, what's that?
Would drink.
Yeah. Yep, excellent. Would drink. So that would just means that it was a repeated action or a regular habit. Great. 10, Mateusz.
Katie's husband was not supposed to get back from London until Friday, but he arrived this morning.
Great. Good. Good, and I just want to show we could use should here, and it would look like this. Katie's husband shouldn't have gotten back. A little bit different, but was not supposed to. Good, perfect. All right. Any questions on anything in this exercise? Okay, let's continue. So next exercise, same idea. We'll keep going. Oh gosh, I already lost track of whose turn it was somehow. So I think it's Helberth's turn.
Victoria couldn't go to the movies last night because she must have to she have to watch her little sister.
Okay, have to, but it's in the past.
Had to, né?
Yeah, had to. Very good. Yep, she had to watch her little sister. Great. Thank you. Andre Luis, number 2.
I drove from Washington to New York in 2 hours. You couldn't have. It is more than 2,000 miles.
Good, good.
100.
200. 200. Good, yep, couldn't have, so impossibility there. Great, wonderful. All right, number 3, Matthias.
I'm so hungry now. I should eat breakfast before we left.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I said should eat.
Should eat, okay, should eat. That would be our present tense. I should eat breakfast before we leave. But past tense?
Would have eaten?
You'll still use should.
Should have eaten.
Yeah, should have eaten. I should have eaten. So another way of saying it. I wish I had eaten. I should have eaten. We'll work a little more on should when we finish these exercises.
Okay.
Great. All right, thank you. Helberth, number 4.
Bob has a tremendous stomachache now. He shouldn't have eaten 4 hamburgers and 2 hot dogs.
Exactly right, yes. Great, thank you. Andre, number 5.
When I took a 7 p.m. class, used to get home at 11 p.m.
Great, excellent. Pretty late night there. Good. Matthias, 6.
Too bad that Mary chose to work for that terrible company. Her grades were so high that she could have found. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep, could have found. Good, she has the ability. Great, thank you. Halbert, 7.
Number 7. Gino was late for the party because he left his house at 6 o'clock. He should not have left a lot earlier than that.
Should not have left?
Yes.
Okay. This is a little confusing. He should not have left a lot earlier than that. Doesn't make sense. We have to say he should have left a lot earlier. Right? He was late.
Yes,
so
late.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, great. So if in order to not be late, he should have left a lot earlier. Great, thank you. Andre, number 8.
Real Madrid lost the game to Barcelona without their great players. Real Madrid shouldn't have won the game.
I'm sorry. Should not have one?
Should okay, should not have one.
Is that what you said? I didn't hear you.
Should not have one.
Okay. So should not have one. But let's see. So they lost, but they have so many great players that they should have won. So we don't need that not. They should have won. They lost, but they should have won because of all their great players. We'll get to work on that should have, too. Let's continue. Mateusz, number 9.
Mozart was such a protege that he could play the piano when he was 2 years old.
Good. Could play. Great. And this word comes to us from French, and it's protégé. 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 Yeah. You'll notice it has accent marks. That's a good sign it came to us from French. Great. And let's see. Last one. Helberth, number 10.
Gisele would rather have taken math than college as semester, but all the sections were closed.
Good. So you said would rather
Have taken.
have taken. Good. Excellent. All right. Any questions on this exercise? All right. It's looking good. There is, let's see, just one more. Let's finish it up, and then we'll go to another website I know that will have some good practice for using should. So let's do that. Last worksheet. Andre Luis, your turn, number 1.
Okay. Vicky couldn't go out last night because she had to finish her history
Yeah, essay.
essay.
Good, great. Yep, she had to finish her essay. Great, thank you, Andre. Mateusz, number 2.
I ran 2 miles in 6 minutes. You couldn't have. It's impossible to run that fast.
Great, excellent. Helberth, 3.
I am so tired now. I would have taken a nap before we left.
Would have?
Taken.
Okay, yeah, would have taken. Would. Boy, this is a tough one. Would is often used for conditionals. So if I say I would have taken a nap before we left, someone's going to expect a condition there. I would have taken a nap before we left if I had time. I would have taken a nap before we left if I had known I'd be so tired. So it's not would.
May have taken.
May have taken. That's so I don't know whether I took a nap or not. May have is for possibility. So if I say I may have taken a nap, it means maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Didn't.
Yeah, so this one is going to be should.
Should.
Yeah, advice. Or things I wish I had done. I should have taken a nap.
What's the nap?
A nap is sleep. A short sleep.
Short sleep?
Yes.
Ah, yeah. I don't know. I know.
Good, good. Always ask. Feel free to ask about the vocabulary, too. Good, yeah. So I should have taken a nap before we left. Great. All right, Matthias, number 4.
Ken is really sick now. He shouldn't have eaten so much at the buffet.
Great. Shouldn't have eaten. Good. So regrets. Advice in the past. Halbert, number 5.
5. When I lived in Philadelphia, I used to ride my bike to college.
Great, good. Yep, so that's a repeated action in the past.
I used it to.
Great. Let's see. Was that Halberth? Okay.
Too bad that Hank chose to live in the east side of town. If the money he makes, he could have found
Yep.
a better apartment anywhere else.
Good. Yep. His money he could have found. Good. Andre Luis, number 7.
Gino was late for the class because he left his house at 4. He should have left early.
Perfect. Good. Yep. He should have left earlier. Good. He didn't, but he should have. Great. 8, Matthias.
Texas lost the World Series to St. Louis. With such a great team, Texas couldn't have won.
Couldn't have won. Good. Well, let's see. Couldn't have won. If this just doesn't make sense with such a great team. If they had such a great team, they could have won. So maybe they need the possibility.
May have won.
Yeah, I think may have won. Just because they're talking about how good the players are. Great. Wonderful. All right. Let's see. Halberth, 9.
Hillary Hahn is such a great violinist that she must have played long piece when she was only 8.
Okay, this is if we're guessing. Like if we're not certain, or if we're mostly certain but we're not sure. Okay, so must have is when you're not 100% sure. But this is probably certain. We're talking about her life. So ability in the past.
Couldn't play?
Couldn't?
Play?
Couldn't play? So she was not able to play long pieces?
When she was only 8.
Yeah, but couldn't? Like, so if we're saying couldn't, then she was not able to play long pieces.
Yes.
But she's a great violinist.
Could play.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Great. Thank you, Albert. Wonderful. And our last one, Andre, number 10.
When she lived in Brazil, Gisele used out to college.
I'm sorry, your mic cut out. Can you say that again?
When she lived in Brazil, Gisele used out to college.
We could say used to walk, but there's no to in that choice. So a different one
Would
for
walk.
repeated. Yeah,
Would
would
walk.
walk. There you go. Would walk. Great. All right, nice work. Any questions on this exercise?
No, that's okay for me.
Okay, it's a terrible buzz. Okay, good. So that was the end of that exercise, those worksheets. It seems like you all have a good handle on the ability, possibility. It seems like the advice was the hardest, so should, the modal should, was the most difficult. So let's go to a website and we'll work more closely with the modal should. So here is a website. I'll paste the link in the chat for you as well. This is a website I use often. It's got good explanations of the grammar, very helpful. So let's go, we're going to go to the tutorial for should, and we'll just start there. So should is most commonly used to make recommendations or give advice. It can also be used to express obligation as well as expectation. Okay, so, for example, when you go to Berlin, you should visit the palaces in Potsdam. Okay, so this is a recommendation. You should. Here's some advice. You should focus more on your family and less on work. Okay, so that's advice. Next example. I really should be in the office by 7 a.m. Okay, so that's obligation. I'm supposed to be in the office. I have to be in the office. I should be in the office. And our last example, by now they should already be in Dubai. That's an expectation. So 4 main uses. Most modal verbs behave quite irregularly in the past and the future. So you can study this chart. We won't spend a lot of time on this chart, but for you in the future, if you'd like to use it, it's very helpful. It has the different types of should here, and then gives examples in the past, in the present, in the past, and in the future. So you'll see in the past it should have, and then also in the negative. It'll have all 3 times, but also in the negative. So pretty useful chart there, I think. Let's, we have limited time, so let's just get kind of into some exercises. Are there any questions on should at this point?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between should and after?
Ought to.
Ought to.
Good, yeah, ought to. So ought to can also mean should when it's recommendation or advice. The main difference is that ought to is kind of old-fashioned. It's less common. you're less likely to hear it, and it's very, very formal and very old-fashioned.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. Great. All right, good question. Anybody else? Any other questions?
Teacher? Although, what's the pronunciation?
Ought to.
Ought to.
Ought to. But in fluent spoken English, it will sound like oughta. Oughta. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You ought to take that class. I ought to go to bed soon. Good questions. All right, let's do just a little practice with that. There's not one that looks at just should, but let's do this one with could, might, should, and would. So when it's your turn, just read the sentence and fill in the blank. I don't know if you can see the drop-down list when I drop it down. No, you can't. You can open it on your own screen to see the drop-down list, or just know that it's could, might, should, or would. So you have 4 choices. I'll type them in the chat. You have should, might, could, or would. All right, so let's start with this. Mateusz, will you take number 1, please?
Donna, if I won the $10 million lottery jackpot, would effort to quit my job and travel the world?
All right, good. And we're going to, I'm not sure how much time we'll have, but we're going to try to fill in the whole thing, and then we'll check. So I'm not going to correct as we go. Good. So, Halbert, the next line.
Where might you go if you had that much money?
Great. All right. Andre?
I don't know why I might choose to spend a year in Paris, or perhaps I could go to Kenya.
All right. Great. Good. Then Sam says, how often do you buy lottery tickets? And Mateusz?
Never, I guess. If I want to win the lottery, I should try buying some tickets.
Great. And Halbert?
That could help.
Good. All right. Good. So these are broken up like little dialogues. We're going to check after each dialogue. So let's check our work here. Down here. Check. All right. Okay, so we don't have tons right. This is correct, and this is correct, but these ones are not. So let's look at this. If I won the $10 million lottery jackpot, I would afford. Yes. And it's because of this verb, afford. That's an ability verb. So, could afford. Good. What do we think will fit here? So it's not might. Where could you go? Where should you go? Or where would you go?
Would.
Yeah, let's try would. Okay. And then we have, I might choose to spend a year in Paris, or perhaps I
Would.
would. Sure, let's try that. Great. And then the last one, I should try buying some lottery tickets. That
Should.
should help. All right, let's try it. Yeah, actually, I think it's going to be might. We often say that. That might help. Let's check it. Great, perfect. All right. Good. So we use would when it's an unreal situation. Good. Let's go on to the next one. I forgot exactly whose turn it is, so let's see. Andre, will you take the first one?
Okay. Hi, my name is Sandy. I will be waiters tonight. What can I get for you? I haven't decided yet. Is there anything you should you could recommend me? Is there anything you think I could try?
You said could?
Yes, could.
Okay, great. Thank you, Andre. Matthias, next.
You tried the cayenne catfish, or perhaps the gumbo. They are both delicious.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I didn't hear the modal.
Wood.
Would?
Yes, wood.
Okay, great. All right, and Halberth, next one.
That sounds wonderful, but that would be a little too spicy for me. Actually, the prawns sound good. I you'd have the barbecued prawns.
You said would?
Good.
Could. Okay, great. All right, and the last one, Andre again.
Sure. Would you like a salad with that?
Great. All right, let's check them out. All right, we've got a few correct. Could. So let's see. Is there anything you could recommend? Is there anything you think I would? But remember, he's asking the waitress. He's kind of asking for a recommendation
Oh,
or advice.
should.
Yeah, should. Great.
Here too.
Yes, and here as well. You should try. This one I'm actually not sure. I think it should, but I'm not sure on that one. All right, and then one more. That sounds wonderful, but that would be a little too spicy for me. Does Tony know that it would be too spicy? Or is he guessing a possibility?
Good.
Yeah, I think it might be could, that it's possibly either could or might.
All right.
Yeah. Could or might. I think might. Let's try it. All right, much closer, and I guess we're still wrong on should. Did we do could? Did we try could yet? I don't remember.
Might.
Might. Okay, so let's try might. All right, good. Yep, so might. You might try the Cajun catfish. All right, good. Making progress. I think we've got a few more minutes. We can finish the last one. All right, so Matthews, go ahead for number 3.
What should we look for in a candidate when we vote in a presidential election?
Great, good. Halbert, next.
I think citizens might vote for a president who has the ability to improve the quality of life in the United States.
Good, yep, so possibility, all right. Andre, next one.
What would you do if you were president of the United States?
Good, yep, hypothetical. Excellent. Matthias, next.
I could focus on reducing environmental pollution.
Great, all right. And then our last one, Halbert.
Every candidate always says he's going to do that, but it's really complicated problem. It's not one which is easily solved. What makes you think you should actually stop pollution?
Great, all right. So we've got a good mix here. Let's check it out. Good. All right, so we only missed 2. Let's see. All right, so it's not might. What other modal makes sense? Might makes sense, but
Should.
Should, so like advice or a recommendation? You could, if you're saying your opinion on what others should vote for. Okay. How about this one? What would you do if you were president of the United States?
I should.
Ooh, I think this one's going to match the question. So what would you do? I
would. Okay.
Would focus. So let's try those.
Okay.
Great. All right. Excellent. Modals are very tricky. They are a very special part of the English language. So there's a lot of little rules that go with them that are confusing. So that's the end of our practice for tonight. I do recommend that EnglishPage.com if you want some more practice. Otherwise, look, in the future, I'll certainly do more work on modals. But nice work. Thank you for your participation, and I hope to see you all soon in another class.
Thank you very much.
Bye, teacher. Have a night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.